Serbia asks Russia to end recruitment of its people for Ukraine war.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russia should halt its efforts to recruit Serbs to fight alongside its Wagner paramilitary group in Ukraine, Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić said. Why do you, from Wagner, call anyone from Serbia when you know that it is against our regulations? Vučić said late on Monday in a broadcast by the Belgrade-based Happy TV. Serb volunteers took part in the fighting alongside pro-Russian forces in Ukraine in 2014 and 2015. No one has a clear idea of exact numbers at any one time, but dozens of Serbs have signed up to fight in Ukraine since 2014, observers say. Vučić denied allegations that the Wagner group, led by Evgeny Prigozhin, a close ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin, has a presence in Serbia where pro-Kremlin and ultra-nationalist organizations have supported the invasion of Ukraine. On Tuesday, Russia's RIA news agency aired TV footage of two masked men identifying them as Serb volunteers at a weapons training course in Russian-controlled parts of the Zaporizhzhia region in Ukraine. Serbian Defense Minister Milos Vučević also warned Serbs against joining Russian ranks in the war against Ukraine. Serbia is entirely dependent on gas imports from Russia, and its NIS oil retailer is owned by Russia's Gazprom.
This post received a score of 16,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Why do the Russians need so many foreign fighters? With a population of over 145 million citizens, you'd think they could resource their own soldiers. Or, do they simply want others to die so Russians don't have to?
Why indeed. Personally, I think it's because Putin's threats of a 5 million man draft are empty, and he knows attempting to conscript that many soldiers will rip apart the nation.
Russia already has a demographic problem. Sending 5 million fighting-age men to die would destroy their economy, their statehood, their future. It's not like immigration could ever solve that problem either, as Russians would never tolerate mass immigration to their country. They fucked up so bad with those war already.
Russia will respond by doubling recruitment targets.
And they'll say, okay, we'll stop. Look how kind we are to listen to your request, once there's not a single man left.
Unlikely. They'd move to women, and children, and the elderly, toddlers.
They take the children anyway after they rape the women. Russian tradition.
I think Serbia is gonna learn about rule number 1 of friendship with Russia. You don't get to dictate any terms of that friendship.
Being friends with Russia is like having sex with a gorilla. You do what the gorilla wants to do and you're done when the gorilla's done.
What an analogy.
Maybe Serbia should stop trying to crawl up Putin's anus then?
Too many Serb simps for Putin, it seems.
Well, perhaps they ought to have volunteered by now.
Current Serbian government worried about losing its voter base. Ah no, it's the opposite actually. Serbs, especially the Conservative Party in charge RN, are completely simping for Russia and Putin.
But if they get killed in Ukraine?
While I welcome everyone, except the intolerant, to come to our country, so far we've officially had 140,000 Russians to move here, and about 20,000 Ukrainians. Russians have already formed a political party, though they seem to be the ones opposing Putin. The Wagner Group has already announced they are watching them, and we might end up with some sort of Russian civil war in Serbia at one point. These small nudges away from Russian government do seem to show that at least something is happening, though.
Third largest minority has got to be a tricky title to hold.
It means they can get seats in the assembly in the next elections quite easily, if they all get citizenship in time.
You see how it's done, Putin. Not even a shot fired.
Yup. Hence my first sentence and all.
Serbia should invade Russia. Probably best chance to do it.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.